Hey my beautiful Leo peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Sam from CancerMoonsTarot and I'm coming at you guys with your September 11th through the 17th weekly tarot reading. How are you? I hope you guys are doing well. Do want to mention before we start, if you're interested in a personal read, you can check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. You'll find all that information in the first link in the description below. But Team Leo, what's up with you? And let's see what's going on here for your week of the 11th. What do we got going on here for Team Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout the week of the 11th. What's showing up here for our lovely Leo gang? Let's get it popping. Overall energy for you, Leo, is going to be the Page of Swords. Having a look here at the current energy for the week, the Ten of Wands, what you're dealing with at this time, Knight of Cups, and looking at the current outcome, Eight of Wands showing up, okay? Not too shabby. Kind of getting the feeling here for you this week with the Page of Swords to the Ten of Wands. You have been pretty observant about where you've been. Ten of Wands can typically be the energy of feeling pretty overwhelmed or burdened at a certain point in your life. I feel like you're taking it all in. This week, you're observing it, you're looking at what's been burdening you, you're looking at what's been tough, but you're kicking a plan into action, which I really, really love for you, because looking at what you're dealing with here, you're dealing with the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups is not just merely about taking action, but it's about taking positive action, taking positive steps to go towards a positive direction. And guess what? I definitely feel like in spite of that, you are getting really good strides here with the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands here says you're making good movements. So Leos, you're definitely taking some time here this week to observe where you're at. All right, this is not what's serving me. This is not what's making me happy. This is what's overwhelming me. Let's look at all this stuff. Let's figure it all out. And then let's focus on the best positive course of action to improve this situation and see how we can make it much better. So I'm really liking this so far here for you guys. Really cool for your main situation. Let's have a look and see what's showing up in the challenge. What may be challenging Leo here this week. And we actually have a twofer. We have here a Queen of Swords and we have here a Seven of Cups. I feel like removing yourself from confusion or removing yourself from distraction, probably distraction that more than anything, is what seems to be tough. The things that are distracting you is the Ten of Wands, right? Everything that's burdening you. Because sometimes it's hard to be positive when you're looking in the current moment and seeing a lot of things that aren't so positive, right? So if you're dealing with a lot of negative circumstances, it's hard to put on a positive or a brave face. But at the end of the day, you're saying here, Queen of Swords, I need to kind of detach from my current circumstances, my current reality. I need to assess it, see it for what it is, accept it for what it is, and then put a game plan in place so that I can move forward. So even though it's a little bit challenging, I still feel here that you're getting through this in a very positive manner. So to me, everything definitely looks good. Let's have a look here and see what you can expect throughout the rest of the week. What can Leos expect here throughout the rest of the week of the 11th? We have here a Page of Wands. We got here a Five of Swords. We have here the Ten of Pentacles, and we have here the King of Wands jumping on out here as well. Page of Wands showing up here for you is the card of interest, and the Five of Swords here is the card of continuing to keep on fighting. So I feel like you're starting to fight for what you want to see change. You're starting to fight for the reality that you wish to create. The Page of Wands essentially is a mini version of the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands in the tarot represents a passionate new beginning. The Page of Wands represents an interest that you're pursuing. So I feel like you're continuing to fight for what it is that is intriguing you at this time. You're taking positive steps towards a positive direction, but you're also doing what you can to focus on what you feel passionate about right now. What would be your dream reality? What would make you happy? What would put a smile on your face if you were doing it every day? What would be a job that you love? Whatever the case may be, you're looking at things that you know would bring happiness and value to your life, so you're going ahead and fighting for those things instead. And guess what? Ten of Pentacles here to the King of Wands. I feel like you're starting to see yourself going in the direction here of the things that you are passionate about and the things that you are going to be happy with at the end of the day. Ten of Pentacles is that energy of like, I feel comfortable, I feel positive, I feel happy, I feel like I have it all. So if you have been not so happy, let's say the Ten of Wands is your job, maybe your career has sucked recently, you want to get out of it, you want to jump into something else that you're intrigued with, you're going towards it. You're taking the steps to do it. Maybe it requires a degree. Could be going back to school. Maybe it requires certain certifications. You could be taking a course. You're starting to take action to get there, and it feels pretty freaking good. It's like, I'm not sitting here anymore saying, man, I hate this job that makes me miserable every day. It's like, hey, I might still be working this miserable job, but guess what? At least I'm working towards getting to the job that's going to make me feel abundant, the job that pays well, the job I'm interested in, that I'd be happy with. I'm doing something. I'm taking action. I'm not just staying stuck. And that's a really, really great thing to see. What else can Leo peeps expect? Coming into the week here of the 11th, we got an 8 of Pentacles, so you're really buckling down and getting hard to work. I do see that for sure. 7 of Wands showing up here for you. You're really doing your best here to kind of block out any negativity. You're wearing your hater blockers this week. I mean, if you're dealing with anybody externally that's bringing negativity into your life, you could be basically resisting them or ignoring them. But I feel like this is mainly about blocking out your own internal negativity. I really feel like you're doing everything you can to stay in a super positive mindset. And we have your High Priestess. I definitely feel like you guys can expect to be working with your intuition this week as well. High Priestess card is intuitive guidance. So you're listening to what feels right. You're trusting your instincts. You're trusting your gut here at this time. And we also have here King of Pentacles for the week, which is great. King of Pentacles here represents the energy of comfort, but also the energy here of stability. So I feel like you guys are in a very consistent place in working to improve your circumstances. That's what it feels like to me. You are on the ball, you're on the game, you're doing great, you are not veering off course. So let's say, for example, going back to that example of like, I'm miserable at my job, but I know that the job I'm interested in requires a certain certification, so I'm working on getting that certification so I can get an interview for the job, etc. You know, if that's the case for you, you're staying on top of that. You are focusing on where you want to go, and you're consistently putting in the effort and work. King of Pentacles here says there's lots of consistency showing up for you, so you're committed here to improving your circumstances. And you're going to be seeing that here all week long. So I definitely feel a lot of drive, a lot of motivation, really loving that a lot for you here. And I'm loving your main situation here overall. I really do like it, guys. You know what? I think that you got tired of being tired with the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands energy eventually gets old. You know, it's like I've been struggling, I've been unhappy, I've been miserable, I've been overwhelmed. I've been dealing with these frickin' wands for so long, to the point where I'm done being sad about it. I'm done complaining about it. I'm done feeling like life's unfair. Life is mine for the taking. And I'm either going to sit here and let life take me, or I'm going to go ahead and take initiative in my life and go ahead and direct it to where I want it to go. So very, very motivational energy showing up here for you, which is fantastic. Okay. All right, guys, let's hop on into career, love, and your personal life. We're going to look into career first. So what do we have here for career for Leo coming into the week of the 11th? What's showing up there? First card out, it's going to be the 6 of Wands. Next card here is going to be the Moon card. And taking a look here at one more card, we have here the Knight of Swords. Definitely looks like a very successful time this week. I also kind of want to say, even if you hate your job, there's something about this week where you were just on fire, is what I'm seeing here for you, Leo. So it's like, even if you don't like your job, something about you feels very, very attractive in a good way. Like a lot of people are giving you compliments at your job. A lot of people are seeing the hard work you put in. You look like a very successful person. This could also be the energy of like a boss patting you on the back, and it might not be something you're used to, because maybe this boss is kind of one of those types of people who aren't very social or doesn't really communicate too much to their workers, but out of nowhere maybe they grow kind of like a liking to you and the work that you provide. I see here though, with the Moon card and the Knight of Swords, it is a great week for communication skills as well. It's also a great week for good conversations. So I do want to mention here, if you're interested in having a conversation with a coworker, a manager about anything, especially if there's been anything going on that's made you feel emotional recently, I think it's the perfect week to do it. If you've had anything going on at work that hasn't been making you the happiest, you could have a good conflict resolution week here where things seem to work out if you speak up about it. So I would say don't hold back this week. If you have anything that you need to speak up about within your career, those situations can most certainly be resolved. If there is any sort of stuff going on with you emotionally at this time in your life, it could be a good time to possibly take off from work if that's what you need. So don't be afraid to do that as well, or to communicate to any of the people you work with, to switch schedules and stuff like that. I'm seeing that kind of come up here too. Regardless though, 6 of Wands, I don't know, man. I get that feeling for you, Leo. It's like, even if I hate my job, I just feel so motivated this week. And I think that a lot of that comes down to what I explained in your main situation, you know? It's like, I'm ready to improve my circumstances, period. I'm going to be in a very positive mood. I'm going to take positive action in everything. You guys are being 100% in this positive stride vibe, I feel like, in all walks of life here at this point. So feels really good for career, okay? Jumping into your love life, let's look at single Leos first. What do we have here for single Leos? Immediately, we got here a Hermit. So this is Virgo energy, but Hermit card typically represents kind of keeping to yourself. Yeah, we got here a Hermit and a Lovers, and we have here a Strength card, which is like pulling back. I think for the single Leos, you're choosing here to remain single by choice. This feels to me like it's by choice, especially with the Strength card showing up, because the Strength card is about pulling yourself back rather than putting things into motion. So I'm getting the feeling here that love right now might not be an appetite for you. It might not be on the menu for you. You kind of just want to focus on your own thing. So maybe single Leos are like, I'm all about the money right now. You could be chasing money at this time and more focused on that. You could be more focused on just doing you and bettering yourself. That could be the case here too. But I'm seeing here, at least for the week here, single Leos are not looking for love. Now, for the Leos in relationships, let's see what's going on with you guys. What do we got here for Leo couples coming into the week of the 11th? What's showing up here for Leo couples? First card out is going to be the Four of Cups. Next card is going to be the Three of Wands. And lastly, we got here a Queen of Cups. So things will get resolved this week, but I think it's going to be one of those silent treatment type of vibes between you and your person. Now, this can be you giving your person the silent treatment, or this can be the person you're dealing with giving you the silent treatment as well. But I do feel like there's a small disconnect between you and your partner for coupled Leos. There might be something that happens and occurs, and maybe it's some sort of disagreement or something like that, but it feels like the silent treatment might be getting invoked, if you will. But either way, it'll get revoked later on, because Queen of Cups, you guys will come out and be okay. You'll have a heart-to-heart conversation with the Queen of Cups. Everything will be fine. So just throwing that out there. There's not like a breakup energy or anything horrible this week showing up here for Leos in relationships, but there could be like a slight mishap where like the two of you kind of just stop talking. Maybe you get in an argument, maybe it gets heated. That could be like a day or two. I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to last the entire week, okay? I do want to say here too, you could be long distance with your partner. So for Leos right now that have a partner who maybe went on a trip, maybe you went on a trip, if there's some sort of long distance incorporated, communication might not be available. And that could be due to the nature of travel. So it might not be like there was anything that happened that was bad or negative. That might not be that there was an argument. It might more so be that communication's tough due to the nature of where somebody's traveling, or maybe there's poor internet connection. Maybe somebody's really busy. Could be that energy too. And it might not even be that you're in a long distance relationship, just maybe there happens to be long distance this week because the two of you are just not around each other physically. So that could be the case here as well, okay? But either way though, I feel like everything turns out positive in the end for the coupled Leos. So if any of this stuff does show up for you this week, it really doesn't seem much to worry about, okay? All right guys, hopping on into your personal life. Let's have a look here and see what's going on with Leos personally. World card immediately jumping out for you. Love it. World card represents entering a whole new world, creating a whole new cycle. So I feel like you are perceiving the world in a much different way. Out with the old life, in with the new life. The old life consisted of burdens, 10 of Wands. The old life consisted of a lot of, I'm unhappy with this, I'm unhappy with that, but guess what? It's time for all those things that make me unhappy to get kicked to the motherfucking curb, period. You know, we got here a Hangman. Hangman here says, I'm ready here to wake up to the fact that I have power, because the Hangman represents wisdom. It also represents enlightenment. It can be a card that represents feeling stuck and trapped, but it also can be about really becoming enlightened to a situation. So I feel like for you, you're really becoming enlightened here this week about your circumstances and how circumstances can change for the better. I think that's a pretty big highlight here for you guys coming into this week. It's like circumstances can change for the better. And you know what? I'm going to change them for the better because I can see that it can happen. I believe that it can happen. And that's super duper important. What else do we got here for Leos personally? Six of Swords, reaching calmer shores, planning out your future, taking direction and taking action. Guys, it's awesome. I really see a lot of forward movement coming in here for you. And I do think that you are going to be reaching calmer shores in the sense that your circumstances not only are going to change, but energetically, you're going to get out of that 10 of Wands. You're not going to feel so burdened anymore, so stressed. You're going to start to become a lot more chill, comfortable, and relaxed, which is fantastic to see here for you too. Okay. All right, though, Leo, we got one pull left, which is going to be the overall outcome for you. So let's see what the overall outcome for Leos is going to be throughout the week here of the 11th. What do we have for Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout this week? And we got here the Two of Cups. Guys, I love it. Shout out to the Leo gang. Really awesome outcome coming in here for you. Two of Cups coming in here for you represents that you are getting what it is you're worthy and deserving of. You're connecting with what you want overall. Two of Cups at the core is getting what you want, right? So whether that be a relationship, whether that be a dream job, whether that be a dream path or pursuing a dream, you are bringing something into your reality and you're connecting and merging your energy with it. So this says to me here, especially you had the world coming out too, which represents new cycle coming in for you. You are starting to connect with the life you want to be living. And that's what you can perceive here as the outcome for this week here of the 11th through the 17th. Guys, I love it. It really boils down to just believing that you can change your circumstances. You most certainly can, but you got to believe in that. And you got to be willing to say, I'm ready here to say, fuck all this crap I've been experiencing. I'm going to take positive action. I'm going to take positive steps. I'm going to be in a good mentality. And, excuse me, I'm going to work to where I want to get to go. And the more effort you put in there, inevitably that effort here is going to pay off. So Leo, you guys had an awesome reading. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. Of course, if you enjoyed today's reading, please let me know down in the comments down below. Definitely drop a like if you enjoyed this video. If you are new here, do consider subscribing. I'd be more than happy to welcome you here into the Soul family. And of course, if you guys want a personal reading, you can go ahead and get one on my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. First link in the description below. Have a lovely, lovely week, and I will see you all in the next one. Much love, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.